Her voice could quiet a room of thousands. Kings and revolutionaries listened when she spoke. She wasn't just a singer. She was an icon, a legend, a queen. In Egypt, where music is part of everyone's soul, one woman's voice became a legend. She was bigger than time, bigger than borders, even bigger than politics. This is the story of Kulthum, the desert queen. Our story begins in a small village in Egypt a long time ago. Fatima Ibrahim al-Beltagi, later known as Kulthum, was born to a simple family. Her father, a religious leader, and her mother, who took care of their home, filled their house with love. Even as a little girl, Fatima's voice was special. It was strong and powerful, but not perfect yet. Her father saw how talented she was and taught her religious songs, a skill that would make her voice famous. But in her village, girls weren't supposed to sing, so dressed as a boy, she followed her father to religious meetings, singing hymns and songs. This disguise was her first act of rebellion, the first step on her amazing journey. People started talking about her amazing voice. Someone who finds new talent heard about this young girl and asked her to come to Cairo, the biggest city in Egypt. Cairo was a big, exciting place. It was a place where famous people were made, where music was important, and where only the best could succeed. Her father wasn't sure. Cairo was a city of men, and she was still a girl from a small village, but Kulthum knew she was meant for bigger things. Cairo wasn't easy at first. The city had many talented musicians. Many of them didn't think much of this girl from a small town. People didn't accept her, they doubted her, and they were unfair to her. Would she go back home, live a simple life, and let her talent disappear? Or would she fight to become one of the greats? She met Mohammed Abul Ella, a famous musician. He saw how special she was. He knew she could change history. He taught her classic Arabic poetry, how to make music better, and how to tell stories with emotion. He didn't just teach her how to sing. He taught her how to connect with people, to make them feel every word. She worked hard, practiced all the time, and made her voice even better so it could make people feel strong emotions. Then one special night she sang on stage. Everyone was quiet, and when she sang, something magical happened. Everyone felt connected, like their emotions were being released. Kulthum had become a star. Being famous meant new challenges. She had friends, composers and poets who helped make her songs famous. But she also had enemies, jealous singers, people who didn't like a woman being so successful, and politicians who wanted to use her. But Kulthum was smart. She was careful about how people saw her, staying humble but strong. She used her voice not just to entertain, but to bring people together, to make them feel better. Her concerts became important events. Everything in Cairo stopped when she sang. Even the president knew she was important for Egypt. Egypt went through tough times, and Kulthum didn't stay quiet. She used her music to make people strong. She sang a lot to raise money for the Egyptian army, supporting her country. She became more than a singer. She became the voice of Egypt. As she got older, she became sick. Her strong voice, the voice that had moved everyone in Egypt, started to get weaker. But she didn't give up. Even when she was sick, she kept singing, using all her energy for her last concerts. These weren't just concerts, they were goodbyes, love letters to the people who had made her famous. By now, she wasn't just Egypt's greatest singer. She was famous all over the world. People everywhere loved her. Her songs were more important than politics, wars, and even time. She became a legend. Then, in 1975, Kulthum died. The world was sad, but her story didn't end. Her music continued. Even after she died, she was still the voice of Egypt, the queen, the woman who had done amazing things. People still love her music. Today, people study her music. Her voice is still heard in Cairo, and her story lives on. She wasn't just a singer, she was a revolution. She was history. Kulthum's story shows us that being great isn't just about talent. It's about being strong, smart, and brave enough to change the world. And so her voice lives on, inspiring people to dream big, to do great things, and to leave something amazing behind.